Hi, I'm Yasmin Robles. I am the founder of the Digital Hustle Tribe and the owner of Robles Designs, where we create drill-worthy websites and brands for entrepreneurs who are hell-bent on taking over the world. And today I'm going to be chatting with you about starting a business and then how, if you have a family, how you intertwine family and business together, or at least how I have, and how it's worked out and not worked out, and my tips for that. So when I started this business, I was working for a corporate retailer. I was working in corporate in cubicles and decided to leave. I was contracted into a position on and off, but really it was me just going out and networking and getting clients. So at that point, just as a backstory, at that point we did take the kids out of childcare, and my husband is working currently a job that gets he gets to be out of town Monday through Friday during the warmer months. So what I have learned from that is that intertwining business and family gets to be a little bit fluid, and they all get to be together instead of separate on their own separate realms, versus when you work in corporate or wherever you work, you are either at work or you're at home. And in business, it's all together because there's no really off button. And when you're in business because you like something about the business, whether it is the actual product or whether it's that you love being CEO, the delegator, the person in charge. But there's something, or the marketing, there's something about it that you liked and why you left. Or the money, you could love the money too. So it all gets to be intertwined. So for me, how that works is realizing that life is not in blocks of 9 to 5, and then from like 5 to whatever is family time. It gets to be a bit more fluid. So for me, at this point, and it can change because again, it's fluid, it can change at any moment, depending on how the kids are and what job your spouse has, or your whomever is helping you with the family stuff, or if it's just you and your spouse or your partner. It depends on you guys, right? It depends on what you want, which is why you went into business. But for myself, with kids, they are both luckily in school finally. When they weren't, it would be dropping off the older one at school, and then chilling out on and off with my younger one. And typically on her schedule, there would be periods when I could work and periods when I could not, and she needed a bit more attention. And then once the older one came back home from school, then there would be a time when we all got to be together, and then there would be a time when we had quiet time, and then I would jump back on work or emails, and then once they go to bed, I would be on emails. Now, I wasn't working the entire day, right? If you counted how much time I was working actually less than when I was in corporate and making as much, or close to it. And then with the two of them in school, now it's even better. I drop them off in the mornings typically, and then I pick them up around 2:50, 3 o'clock, depending on traffic. And I have the office, which helps me concentrate during that time that they are in school. And then we get family time. So our family time is probably earlier than a typical 9 to 5ers. So our family time is usually between 3 to about 7. So they start heading upstairs to bed around 7 o'clock, and then I hop back on. So really my day is about the same amount of working hours. It's just split differently, and it works for us, and you don't feel like you're overworked, because at 3 o'clock, usually my mind's already checking out. I'm either falling asleep and need more coffee to force myself to work the rest until 5 or 6, and with the kids, I can then go to the gym. I can work out in the basement while they are doing their reading and listen to them while they're reading and correct them. We can do so much more together. We can go play, whatever, and do homework together. I'm the kind of person that will help them with homework. My husband's the fun one, but making sure that their homework is done is something that's really essential, and I was not able to do that. I would not be able to do that if I was strictly in the mindset of 9 to 5. But how you blend your family with your work and your business is totally up to you when it's your own business. But that is just my take on it. It's fluid, and you will go through phases, just like kids go through phases. So you might go through a phase like I did where kids were consuming a little bit more of my time, mostly because of funds and childcare, the funds not being available for childcare. And so that was a phase where in my business I got to be a little bit more, even more fluid, where I would pop in and out of work mindset, and still the work got done, and still the business grew. And that is how I intertwined it. Another way that I've intertwined it is by teaching my 8-year-old how to create Squarespace websites. She's still very beginner, but she gets really excited about beautiful brands, and especially if they have pink or any swirls on the branding. She loves creating those landing pages for those sites. And so that's another way I've intertwined it. I've also she likes sketching out her ideas for logos, so redoing logos. We have yet to use any of those that she has designed, but the websites, she is great at following directions and where things get to be placed on the wireframe, and she puts them together nicely. The 5-year-old, she it's a bit harder because she's younger, but she gets to help create wireframes for the site, or her own version of branding. But that is a little bit of how I've intertwined business and family together. It's not like strict blocks for everyone. It is more of a fluid and intertwined. Again, it depends on the phase your child is in, the phase that your life is in, but that's a little bit of what I've done. And thank you so much for the person who asked me to do a video about this, because it is hard, extremely hard, especially with my spouse working away during the week. So even in the evenings I'm in charge, which I like being in charge, but it sometimes gets to be a bit much when it's like morning to evening to but it gets to work, and it gets to happen for now, and it's just everything is intertwined. So don't be afraid of, I do understand the concept of blocking your schedule, but sometimes those blocks can be shifted away from the 9 to 5 mindset, and family can be shifted. You could have family time during breakfast if your business allows. You can have family time like I do, which is more of between 3 to 7. It doesn't have to be like the typical 9 to 5 is work, and after that is family time. It can be definitely more fluid. So thanks for sending me your question and on how I do it. I'm sure that there are many other ways to blend business and family together when you're starting up a business, or growing that start from a startup to an actual business. And yeah, let me know if you have any more questions, any of you. Make sure to subscribe, to follow me at Robles Design Studio or at Digital Hustle Tribe, both Facebook and Instagram. The websites are digitalhustletribe.com and roblesdesigns.com. And I will catch you in the next video.